Horatio podcast. Horatio said I need to stop dressing like a nigga, so right now I have on my wife beater. What's up with you?
Yo, first of all, I want to say how I'm glad that stuck with you and that's in his head. All right, we got it. We got it in his head just a little bit. And I didn't say I want you to stop dressing like a nigga. I said I want you to you pushing 30. Well, we're both the same age. We're both 26. And I just wanted to see you in some some different clothes. But I'm not saying I'm saying wear what you wear. But it's in his head though. He's thinking about it. He's at Express. He's at the what I'm saying, those places. So we're gonna see what CDK got for us coming in the next coming years and how his wardrobe shifts. So yeah, I'm excited. How about you? How you doing, man?
Man, good. I'm in great high spirits. I have an initiative going on right now that I'm doing on Monday at an elementary school, Bessemer Elementary. I'm trying to feed 200 people. They have 80 homeless kids that are at their students. I mean, at their school. So I'm doing a Thanksgiving dinner for them, and I've been getting a lot of donations. A lot of people have been reaching out, and restaurants, fresh markets. Yeah, man. So 2025, I'm going into the year of my nonprofit and really nailing it down and make sure I got a board and all of that great jazz. But yeah, aside of that, man, you know what I'm saying? Throughout the winter and the holiday season, I get super festive over here. Christmas tree has already been up. Holiday shopping is already completed. You know what I'm
Ooh.
saying? So
Ooh,
yeah,
see, you talking about it. See, it starts with the wardrobe, but it trickles down to the rest of life. You already CDK is giving out, and I'm gonna pull up too. I'm gonna donate too. I gotta it's Monday, so
yeah, Monday.
I'm gonna pull up and volunteer. But yeah, man, that's dope. Already did the Christmas shopping though. What made you go this early before Thanksgiving?
So back to like what we were talking about before. So I was out the outlets and my girl wanted to go window shopping. And I'm like,
Hmm.
window shopping, all right, cool. So I had let her schedule the day for once. I was like, okay, bet. Like we're gonna have our itinerary. It's gonna be up to you what we do today. And I was like, usually I break my things down into hours, and we get into what we need to do for the day. She's like, okay, we're gonna go window shopping for like 3 hours. And I'm like, okay, while we're going window shopping, I'm gonna actually go ahead and start buying stuff because I didn't realize the Black Friday sale is starting before Black Friday now.
Yeah.
That's another thing I want to get into. The art of Black Friday is dead. Like that's not a thing anymore. I always waited to become an adult to where I could go in there as in the stores and fight with people over the TVs and stuff. That's not a thing anymore. I'm mad that we missed that era.
Why don't people care about? I don't know, man. I think I don't know. It got kind of corny, bro. Fighting over TVs, bro. People stumbling over each other's heads over like the cheapest deals. It's like, and also what happened to the companies got greedy in the sense of the whole point of Black Friday was to make the prices very, very low so that these people feel like the incentive that they're not going to be able to get the prices. But the companies got greedy after Black Friday and they want the same type of rush in the middle of May. And so they don't make the prices as, they don't drop them down as low or they don't, Um, so yeah, man,
You know what happened? What really happened is Cyber Monday started becoming a thing, and people don't really go unless it's Christmas shopping. Like when I went in the mall the other day, that was the first time I seen people like really in the mall. Like it's been a long time since I've seen the mall parking lots packed out, people really in the stores, in lines and stuff like that. Like everybody does online shopping now. Like when's the last time you really went to the mall and bought something like in your hand physically? Like
Well, I like to do that. I like to do
okay,
that just because, but I mean, yeah, most people, I mean, we all shop online, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I think most people, like, and that's the thing too, like, you don't go to the store. So, it's like, I would rather buy, and there's so many different outlets to buy different stuff. I mean, people buying stuff off of Timu and TikTok shop. Bro, you can scroll down TikTok, man, and see how much cheap shit you can get. Bro, I saw people selling a washer and dryer, like an
oh
actual
shit.
one that you can buy that's like for $75. So think about that, right? So if I see that every day, I'm not going to really rush out to go to a store to get it when I can have different places ship it. It's just we just got so used to the internet being so instant that a specific day to have deals is like it makes no sense, and you could possibly get stumped on and killed. Like not worth it.
Damn.
No, it's true, man. Hey,
It's-
man, go watch them. Not even just Black Friday, but just the idea of people waiting in line for a material thing is just not as what it used to be. Bro, it used to be panic over Beanie Babies and like
what's that?
collectors items and stuff like that. Yeah, like we just don't do that anymore.
What's a beanie baby? What is that?
It was like a little toy that was big in the 80s. It was like the rage. It was like there's no big toy like how it was. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a toy that was like big and people wait in line to get it. It's like people don't care about it no more. It's like I got a phone. I don't
You don't
you
need
know.
nothing else but that phone. Damn, bro, it is there. Like I don't even know because babe, I feel like the last toy that was really like that was the fidget spinner. since the fidget spinner, I haven't really seen any toys that have
And
been
those
like
aren't even
mega.
like you need something that's like I gotta get it. Like I'm talking about back in like in the 80s, like they
Yeah.
would have Cabbage Patch dolls. They would have I'm trying to think of other toys, but big as like this is a big thing. Nobody cares. Nobody. It's just not a thing anymore. Like even the fidget spinner, like those are so damn cheap to make, and like people they sell those at the gas station. It's like who cares?
Facts, nigga.
For real. Okay, let's start. Okay, well, we can kind of go off that topic. This topic that millennials aren't posting on IG anymore. Like people are moving away from Instagram. Think about how when Instagram first started, right? You
Mhm.
would post your food, you would post your kicks of the day, you would post like things like that. And I don't know, man. I think too much access, so people have to divvy it up where they think is the most important. For instance, if I post something, I'd be like, oh no, that's for the story. That's for a story. That's more of a story post than a page post. Or this is more of a video of a TikTok than a Instagram post. So I think with that, apps feel like they have different hierarchies, right? Facebook, we know if I want to go to Facebook, I'm gonna post something for my family. I'm gonna do this, right? So it was just a study saying that millennials are posting less on Instagram, and I think it's personally for the stories and just that idea that we have to separate ourselves in different ways. Okay, no, this is more important for this, so I'm gonna post this here or whatever. What you think about that?
Where are they going though? Or are they just off social media altogether? Because like I feel like
That's
I'll transition more to Facebook. Like I'll be on Facebook every day now. Like just because of like you said, the content on Facebook is family friendly. Like there's a couple still like ratchet motherfuckers that still like just post OD stuff. And I'm like, bro, you be talking about sucking dick and your mom is your friend on Facebook? Like that's crazy, bro. That's
yeah,
crazy, bro. Like
yeah.
I don't know.
I think
And
I'm more on TikTok. I think TikTok. But look, I like TikTok because it feels dangerous. It's some stuff on TikTok, bro, that you just can't find on YouTube and Facebook, and it's not. It feels like it's more aligned with you in the algorithm than like a Facebook. Facebook is wild, bro. But yeah, but just the posting styles, like it became like a daily thing, and now people are more like the not the collage, but like the dumps and stuff like that. So just interesting to see how trends go with these social medias. What you got?
the White House is becoming a reality TV show at this point. He ain't even stepped into office yet. We got Dr. Oz over Medicaid. We got damn Linda McMahon as the education secretary. Who
Mhm.
else is in there? Your boy Elon Musk he created a position. He's over. He's not over the military. He's over. What is he over again?
I have
Um,
no clue, but yeah,
next, Dana White is about to get a position, and Vince McMahon is probably next in line as well.
yeah.
What the hell is going on?
But you know what though? She had a position in his cabinet the first time, and I knew that because I watched the McMahon documentary on Netflix or whatever, and it said that she
Yeah.
was in the administration, but for like small businesses. So I don't know how education comes a part of this. I guess small businesses you would think it makes more sense because of the WWE is a business, but this absolutely makes no sense. But here's the thing about politics is that these people owe people. Like
What you
they
mean?
owe people. Not like, for instance, if I'm getting in the office, right? You help me get in office. When I get in, I'm gonna put you as a director of whatever, whatever, right? Just to because you're my boy and you looked out for me on the thing. So that's what like people like don't really understand. Like even Kamala, if this would have happened with Kamala, it would have been the same deal. Like she's getting her boys in, she getting her people in. It's just it is what it is. It's not necessarily like these people are gonna like, oh my god, like change it so much because you know. But yeah, I mean, it's always been a TV show, and it's always gonna like be like that. I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor of California.
I forgot about that. I
I mean,
forgot
come
about
on,
that.
man. It's really is a TV show. What I want to talk about with politics is Biden. And look, I don't know. American people aren't really keen on foreign policy, right?
Okay.
We just don't want no wars, right? We just don't want to get into no shit because nobody really has time to really go into deep if you're not a politician or
Mhm.
a foreign strategist or whatever. But there was apparently Biden signed some the ability for Russia to strike Ukraine with United States missiles and things like this. So, which is odd to see Joe Biden making moves before the presidency. So, along with the show of Trump, there is this show of Biden still making a stand as he's about to leave. So, yeah, man, it's all, and this is why we were saying for the whole year. It does not matter who gets in. You really have to really say, well, my family, we're going to be okay, because when it comes down time to make appointments for the Department of Education, you get things like this, and you get, what I'm saying, like. But to me, it would be both ways. I don't like to say like, if Kamala got in, she would have the right people, because she owes a lot of people. All these politicians owe people. That's how you get in, and you can't get in this system unless they have something on you, or you owe somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the only way. So it would be the same way if Kamala got in. She would have to owe people. She would have to do the same thing. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
And happy 82nd birthday to Joe Biden. I didn't realize, bro, 86, 82? Like,
Yeah, bro.
he wasn't making the 86, bro. Like, I ain't like, nah, for real, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
87, because it would have been technically January. 87. Nah,
But
that's
think
crazy.
about your thirst for power that you have in your 80s. Even Trump is old to still like want to be like president, and it's like, oh man, I would not want to be doing that now. Not saying that I would want to be doing what the other 80-year-olds are doing, because honestly, he's more alive than most 80-year-olds, right? He's in cameras, he's talking, he's reading teleprompters. Trump and Biden, right? Both old guys. Bernie Sanders too. Like, all these people are still older, but I just wouldn't want to. That's how you know, like, that thirst for power, you're gonna get it. You don't know when. You like, if you build enough, if you've been building up your whole life to do this, like, Trump was destined to be president. Like, where else was he gonna go? You know what I'm saying? Like, because he has this thirst for power to be able to put his name on stuff. I mean, he got his name on every damn thing. So same thing for Kamala, same thing for all these people. So it's like, you're gonna get up there, but at what price? Now you 80 years old. I mean, yeah, people like you get to read off, but it's like, I don't know, but they're thinking this is better than the 80-year-olds in the nursing home. So hey, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't
It
think
is
about it
what it
like
is.
that. Facts.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Did you see the Tyson fight?
Yes. Oh, we didn't talk about this? Oh,
No.
my God. What,
What you think?
what's, okay, all right, man. I'm going to give you my thoughts first. This shit, and I'm not even this conspiracy theory type of person that wants to say things are rigged, but I didn't know Jake Paul paid for the fight. Like, I didn't know he got the deal from Netflix and he's the one that set up everything and like paid for
Mhm.
the stuff. With that being said, I don't even know how this was legal on sports betting, because this
Yeah.
was a WWE production at this point. Like,
Yeah.
yes, he paid him off, and it showed. Like, it wasn't even a good showing of like, this is possibly rigged. Nah, like, you get 110% see that this was rigged. And I feel like on the point of Mike Tyson, he was holding back. It was a couple times he threw a couple hooks, and his reaction and reflexes, he had to stop himself from actually hitting him back. And that's
Yeah.
why he was doing the whole. I mean, Mike Tyson always bites his gloves, but still, like, the the reaction time, I feel like as a boxer, I don't care how old you are, there's some things that are just muscle memory. And
Right.
that's the reason why he won't really throw no punches for real. Like, he
Yeah.
only landed 18 punches, bro. In 8 rounds, 2 minutes. Nah, bro.
Yeah. For a reason, I felt like, but I'm like, okay, it's rigged or whatever, but it's like, why? It feels like it's humiliating to this man and his like legacy. And if he got paid for this, then that's on him. So it's like, we can't be like, oh, and that's why I don't like too. Like, if he was paid, like, we're both saying it feels rigged. I won money from sports betting because I'm like, look, there's no way that Mike Tyson gonna win this. Like,
Yeah.
I knew that because not because the first of all, he's 58, right? 58, and they've been trying to get this match going for a while. And I knew that it was a Jake Paul production. I knew it was the Paul brothers, and I knew that their brand is a little bit bigger than his, and they need this black man to lose to him to kind of prop him up. And so I just knew that I just knew it wasn't going to happen. So yeah, man, like, it was sad to see. But if he took the money, then it's like, I'm not about to cape for Mike Tyson. Like, oh, he's the greatest, and that's why I ain't like either. It's like, he lost. I don't care if it's fake or not. You lost. So I'm not about to go, oh, he's the greatest. Look at the, hey, you lost, man. Even if you took
But
the money to do it, you lost.
you know what? I should have read the room when he had that interview with Jazzy, and he said, "Who gives a fuck about legacy when you die?" Like, that's just another word for ego. I
Right.
should have took that as a clue that
Yeah.
he's about to throw this fight, because
Right.
the fact that he said that is softened the blow. Like, I don't care what you say. Everybody saw that interview, and if he would have said something differently about legacy and about how it taints your image and things like that, when he said and made sure that everybody understood he doesn't care anything about that,
Mhm.
it changes your perspective on the fight. It changes your perspective on, because that's the first thing everybody said. He's ruining his legacy. Why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you doing this to all the great things that you built up? at the end of the day, he is still Mike fucking Tyson.
Right.
Like, and I think that especially in sports, legacy means more than anything. Michael Jordan, right?
Mhm.
Everybody talks about the 6-0, never being defeated, things like that, like the storyline. At this point, at 58 years old, do we care about the storyline? Like, because if anything, we forget about the years that Michael Jordan was on the Wizards. Like, people remember what they want to remember and paint that picture. So,
And that's what he told himself to be able to take that money, CDK. That's what he was telling himself because that's true. What you're saying is true. Nobody's gonna think about this when they think about Mike Tyson. We're gonna think people automatically think about the ear biting or just his voice or whatever, like him being dog. You can't last in the ring for more than 30 seconds or a minute. That's what people are gonna think about. So that's what he's thinking as well, because and this also makes you think about this, man. If you needed this money, I don't know how much you got paid. If you needed this money, would you like sacrifices like that much? Like would you care that much? Is paying your bills or whatever or keeping up with your expenses or is that more important than doing this? And I think that he had to make that decision because there's no possible way that this guy couldn't have. And there's moments where you can see it's like he's a better boxer. This is Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's this old, you could tell like there's something else that's going on. So hey man, shout out to Mike Tyson. I mean, he was able to get people's attention. He got a bag. They didn't make it like fuck you at the end. So it's like, I mean, he got a good deal if it's a deal. You know what I'm saying? It was on Netflix. What I didn't like was you saw the thing, and this is where this gets weird for me. It was a point where his ass was out on the broadcast, and it's like that is weird. You can't tell me he doesn't know that his ass is out and it's a camera right there. So it's like I don't understand when things happen like that. But shout out to Mike Tyson, you was able to get people's attention and get a bag. Shout out to Paul Brothers, man. I'm not a big boxing guy, so I don't really care about who he's fighting next. Is that kind of you be keeping up
nah,
with him?
I don't. Nah, I don't. This was literally probably the only boxing match that I watched from start to finish, like, and actually cared about, just
Mhm.
because. I mean, all the theatrics are right, and like you said, shout out to the Paul brothers, like with Prime and Logan Paul, bro. Like, this is they're doing things that we've never seen before. Like between
Yeah,
them two, Castanet, Mr. Beast, like those four, and they all work together. Like, they're changing everything. They're changing
yeah,
everything. Like sponsorships, deals, and all of that stuff is running through them. And this is recent within like the past 3-4 years. Like, it's no longer and it's no longer comedians, artists, is the entertainers. So
right,
I appreciate that as well.
definitely. Okay, this is real small. We didn't really hit on shout out to Shane, but I want to shame white people real quick. And this is really I don't know if it's just because I'm black, big black guy. They see me or whatever, they may get scared. I don't like when white people keep apologizing for nothing happening. And it's really small. I'm walking out the elevator. I see a white girl. She's like, "Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry." What? Stop apologizing. Like, why? It's very small. Stop saying I'm sorry. Nothing happened. I think they're just scared of me. Scared of,
Mhm.
for real. It's like I'll be hearing white people like I'll open the door or like they'll say I'm sorry. I'm like, nothing happened. You didn't do anything. Stop saying I'm sorry. But I think it's a
You know what they're
reflex.
apologizing for? They're
Slavery.
apologizing for all the reparations that we are deserved. Like,
I don't
okay,
want that.
would you rather them apologize or feel entitled? Like, yeah, black boy, hold this door open for me. Yeah, like open this elevator. Come on, think about it like that. That's what.
obviously, obviously, I would rather the way it is. But I'm saying I'm just saying as a person, like
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm like you didn't do anything. Stop like nothing. Like even if you're saying like excuse me, it's because you're
Yeah.
saying excuse. But I'm sorry. Stop saying I'm sorry. And women do that too. Women do that a lot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You didn't. Nothing happened. Stop apologizing. I tried to bring my girl out of that. She used to do it all the time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Nothing like you don't have to say I'm sorry to the guy walking past. Like nothing happened. And I think that's just a small thing, but people don't realize you give your power away just a little bit. All right. So
Yeah, bro.
you do.
No, we was in Bath and Body Works, and my girl literally did that. It's like instead of saying excuse me, she said I'm
Yeah.
sorry to everybody that she walked past, and I'm like, bro, just
Right.
say excuse me, like, or just move, like, just
Yeah.
walk
Like
away.
I'm sorry. Like you good. You know what? You ain't do nothing. Well, yeah. What you got?
I think enough time has passed. Not Like Us is the greatest diss record of all time. I'll tell you why. I was at a basketball game yesterday with some kids,
Okay.
bro. When kids are talking about certified pedophile, wop, 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 A minor, like that's their favorite part to the song. and they're
Yeah.
singing this in front of their parents, and they're dancing, and they know this word for word, and like I hear them talking amongst themselves. Yeah, man, fuck Drake, and I'm like, yo, these like
Yeah.
8-year-olds, you know, kids be cussing. Yeah, I'm
Hmm.
like, yo, they really think like this, and they don't have the same attachment we do to Drake because we grew up through his greatness. And you know why I think about this like that? The reason why it's so easy for us to cancel Diddy, R. Kelly, we don't have the same attachment our parents did to these artists. So yes,
Hmm.
it's great music to us, but we don't have the emotional connection to the music like they
Right.
do. So I can see how later it takes 20 and 30 years for people to get canceled because it takes another generation to be like, okay,
Right.
that's who?
Yeah.
Great. That's wonderful. It's gonna be a couple people that get brought down of our generation in about 10 to 15 years. And I can
No,
see
for
how it
real.
happens now.
Yeah. No, that's so true because yeah, they don't have the emotional attachment. Like they're like, I mean, yeah, this song sounds good, but like, what did he do? You know.
Yeah.
But isn't it kind of weird that that Drake hasn't come out and say anything about that?
What you mean?
You don't think that's like he hasn't come out and say anything like if you called me a pedophile and people are saying it and stuff like that, I would have came out and denounced that so much. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have came in like so I don't like that. But in the singing of the song by the kids, you can see like they love that. Say Drake. I heard you like I heard you like they love saying that part. You see it's like it's so much animated. But yeah, on both sides, like Drake, I would have came out if you would have called me a pedophile on the song. I'm coming out and like I'm saying it every day of the year that you're lying, you're full of shit, da 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 da. So I didn't like that or don't like how that is still coming across. But um, yeah, man, I think the connection that we have to Drake, obviously because he's such a big artist, is going to take another generation to be like, you know what I'm saying? Um,
And for our generation, do we look at Drake like we look at Michael Jackson and Beyonce? Like I feel like even even our generation is not connected to Michael Jackson as past generations. But I feel like the level of respect that we have for Michael Jackson is far beyond any other artist to ever live or human being, to be honest. Like I honestly feel
mhm.
like there's nothing that can taint his legacy. Like, yes, he's had like allegations and things like that, but ain't nobody seriously canceling no damn Michael Jackson, bro.
But
Like,
that's because social media, man. Like you don't have social media when he was out. If there was social media when Michael Jackson was around, I don't think that people. Again, the age of celebrity is dying, bro. Like a lot of these people can see past even the Beyonces, even the whatever. Like these are is like Candace Owens is coming out talking about Beyonce. Like there's a lot of people that are breaking the facade of the mass of celebrities in time now. Just not giving them as much energy or not glorifying them as much because we can see their flaws a little bit more. Like we can see these things about Drake. We like for instance, there was a video of Drake in the club this weekend, right? With
mm,
like the girl like pony braids or whatever. And it's like now like this is just him in a club doing this thing, like whatever he does. And now people are using this to judge him. Like these are more things that can stack the I hate Drake train, other than like a Michael Jackson in the 80s. He was doing his own thing in the club. You wouldn't even know he was there. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing too. Social media gives you more access and you can get more of a storyline about them and it can keep it going. That's why I'm saying Drake should have came out against that storyline. Fuck the this is a beef or whatever. It's like, nah, bro, I'm gonna come out and say this. Like, this is crazy, you know. So him not doing that, I think, is a problem. But yeah, speaking of artists, there's an artist that I hate, and you know what? I used to be a hater in my past life, and I can bring it out at any time. I do not like this guy, bro. Have you seen this fat ass dude, Dave Blunts?
is it the fastest rapper alive? Is that who this
Yes, the dude. He's sitting on the stage. His song is "I Can't Put Down the Cup." Now, look, if the songs were good, I can see how you can support a big. Look at Big as the Plug. Big as the Plug is big as shit, and people love him. Right? He has a shirt off. It's not about him being fat. I'm just, I'm being an asshole. But him being fat and being bad, and then sitting on stage, and then his songs are like promethazine, fucking big pharma music. You know what I'm saying? Like trash, bro. Come on, man. And I hate that it's kids that TikTok these things like his whole thing is I can't put down the cup, which is just a loop, right? And not
is?
only is it he's fat as shit, it's just like I just don't like when people support bad artists when it looks like come on now, it's just he's sitting down performing. What is good about this guy? Sorry, I just had to be a hater for a minute, man. I don't fuck with it.
Okay, so you say it's not about him being fat, right? How many trash ass rappers do we hear on a day-to-day basis? Like every single day. Like, when is the last time that you really was like, okay, this is some good music? Like, I was watching Rhythm and Flow, the TV show. I was watching some of these auditions, and I'm like, bro, no way this is going past. No way you made it to the next round. Like, not even
Yeah.
being on a hater shit, but I'm just like, bro, like, nah, that's just not
What type of
what
rapping
the
is it?
show
Is
is.
it like? Is it
It's
like street?
yeah, so it's like Ludacris, what's her name? DJ Khaled and Lotto. Those are the judges, right? And
Hmm.
they just come up with whatever style they want to. And throughout the show, they always say, okay, we need something different. We need a different flow. We need a different sound. Like Biggest the Plug has a distinct sound in his voice, and I feel like that's what's really making him low. I feel
Right.
like when we talk about Jelly Roll, the same thing. Everybody wants to be a product of their favorite inspired artist. And that's what Lotto
Hmm.
was saying. Oh, you're inspired by such and such, aren't you? Oh, I could tell. Next. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
situations like that. And it's just like, I think that, and we got into the gimmicky era too. Like everything, you remember when wrestling was at the point in time where everything was a gimmick? Like it was larger than life, but it was to the point where it was just fake.
Yeah.
I feel like rap has gotten to that point. And I feel like that's why people are leaning so far away from it because that's the only thing that can make you different is by doing extra shit.
Right.
So
So this guy is different, like super different, and it's pulling a crowd, like you know what I'm saying. So exactly. So I think it's a gimmick. Obviously, this guy's not, it's not going to be like a big thing unless he loses weight and does the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Starts like really taking it seriously, OD. But yeah, that's all I got. I have a better days to come, but it's kind of like you know, it's not really inspirational.
I have a better days to come that's somewhat inspirational. The biggest difference between money and time is you'll always know how much money you have, but you'll never know how much time you have. This is things we talk about on a regular day-to-day basis every day. Being attached to money, being able to take yourself away from it, um, and being above it. You know what I'm saying? Like you said it all the time, being above your money and being above um credit score, all of these other things that are tangible things that can change and fluctuate at any time and for any reason. You know what I
Right.
mean? But your time is something that I feel like is so valuable, which is what I was talking about earlier in the episode. Um, Creating itineraries and just being like productive with your day. I feel like being able to do the most with your day and the most with your time in your life means more than anything because money comes and goes.
Okay. Hell yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I just had you do that because I got two more things. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Real quick. This week in AI. Okay. People are using ChatGPT as a friend. Like the actual app ChatGPT. There's a ChatGPT has a plugin now where you can like you could have conversations with it. People are
Mhm.
literally like, "Hey girl, so what you doing?" And you can make it, yo, I want this to be a black sounding Ebonics type of thing, and they have conversation with it. So I just think that's so crazy. Like people are literally becoming friends and like getting advice. People saying that they're going to use this for their therapy because it has all the information on the internet. It's kind of would be smarter than a human giving you there with their own thing. So I just found that just very different and very odd. So I don't know if you have anything to say about that, but I just had that written down because it's really happening and it's happening slow. It's happening smart, like slowly. I've been seeing different celebrities get the Tesla robot and really have it at the house and stuff like that. So
Boy, that Tesla
yeah.
bro, our robot is literally happening in front of our eyes, bro. Bro, I don't know when it's gonna happen, and I don't want to be that old guy that's gonna be like, oh, the robot's gonna take over the world.
Hmm.
And we'll get to a point where they're all sexual. I feel like there's a mass control somewhere. It has to be that at any moment they could just turn. But it's right now it's not accessible enough to the public people to where it would make any difference. But
Hmm.
I'm telling you, bro, some crazy gonna happen.
They're
I don't
just
know
gonna
when.
cut like, oh yeah, with the robot. Oh yeah, they can like. I mean, they can already monitor you if anything, this thing can already like see your pattern of life. Okay, he leaves to work. He leaves to go to work at this time. His kids are doing this. He likes this. He likes that. So, yeah. But most people will say, well, what do they want? What does the government want with me, or whatever these things are being controlled by? And if that's the case, then hey, damn right. Okay, last thing. I don't know if you've been seeing this on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, but um, people are around their parents and they're recording them and they're like having normal conversation and they're sliding in the fuck to see how their parents would react. Right now, something that I found funny about this is that most of the parents that are getting recorded are
Yeah.
already cursing as they're talking to their kids. Right, so there's like, yeah, this motherfucker, da, 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 and the kid is going, yeah, but whatever, the fuck, and she goes, and they always get upset. They always get mad. It's always like, what's wrong with you? Don't be cursing in here, da da da. As they were just cursing, as they probably curse all the time, right? So I was just thinking about that, just like I'm trying to make it positive, but it's like you really can't expect people or your kids or the people that you're around to really be better than you if you're not giving that example. It's funny. It's a joke because it's funny to see kids curse or whatever, and the parent get mad. But sometimes, like if the parents don't curse at all, then it won't be funny to them. right?
Right.
Because if like I don't curse around my parents. I've never said the fuck in front of my parents at all. My parents only have heard because if they listen to my show or whatever, like when I was in high school and things like that,
Facts.
right? And my dad came to me one time and was like, "Bro, you're cursing way too much on my YouTube at in high school." And I was like 15. But I don't curse in front of my parents, right? But I'm trying to think like if I was to do that and be like the fuck, and I'm like, no, I'm recording you. It's funny. They'd be like, I don't give a fuck. Like that's not, I don't care. We don't curse and whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's just hypocritical to see people get upset at their children for saying the fuck and they're cursing all the time. And it's like they really expect their kids to hold it up and they're like, it's like you're being fake. So what do you think about that? Like just that the training, just that mindset.
My mom doesn't cuss at all. Like my dad does, but like very
Mhm.
rarely. He's not an aggressive cusser, right? So it's like
Right.
I think that my parents think the same way. Like it wouldn't be funny. Like it would be like disrespectful. So it's
Yeah.
like I think that now there's a child's place and there's an adult's place. Like as an adult, you can cuss. Now, if you can cuss around your parents as an adult, if they also cuss, I somewhat agree with that. Now, as a kid cussing though, I don't agree with that. I feel like there's certain things adults should be able to do that you aren't allowed to do. So
Mhm.
I don't agree with that. Now, if they're
I'm
over the
I'm
age of
with
18,
I'm with you, but it's also like that's so weird to me. I'm not saying you should let your kids curse or whatever because it's like it is something about cursing in a place where it's not like um expected or like something like that where it does hurt your ears a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like it does if it's like a public place or something where it's like important and somebody curses, it does kind of like sting a little bit. And that sting can come from a kid, from any kid, right? If you hear a kid curse. But on some levels, it's funny. On some levels, it's not. I just think it's kind of hypocritical. But yeah, yeah, that's all I got, man. That's all I
all
got.
right, man. Clap it up for another episode of the CDK Horatio podcast, man. You already know how we do it each and
Hey,
every
man.
week. We delivering you episodes on Friday, man. Hey, give. You listen to the podcast, donate. The kids, we need you. Thanksgiving. Don't take the things that you have for granted.
Absolutely, absolutely. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.